Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Guy Aitchison's Reinventing the Tattoo Community, where tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and the curious are encouraged to join in these live streams, real world events, share and inspire, and ultimately create better art and tattoos together. We beam out nearly every day, and with your help, have evolved into a quality network of amazing live and on demand tattoo and art shows that have all been receiving rave reviews. You're currently watching the Self Improvement Sunday drawing group, hosted every Sunday at 1 p.m. If you are interested in joining in the Zoom and you are part of the Reinventing the Tattoo community, you can access the button or the link to join this Zoom call by going to the events area in the Reinventing the Tattoo community and clicking on the button. If this is your first time zooming into Reinventing the Tattoo, you could have a limited run t-shirt sent your way. They're pretty cool. You might be beaming in from YouTube or Facebook, or maybe you're listening to the podcast, but you can always get the latest event schedule and notifications at the official Reinventing the Tattoo community, found on both the app stores, the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, or directly at community.reinventingthetattoo.com. If this is working for you, please let us know in the comments in the chat, and please tag a friend who loves tattoos. As well, please make sure that you click on those like and subscribe buttons over in YouTube if you are watching from there, as we are trying to, generate a little bit more of a presence. All Reinventing the Tattoo network shows, art jams, drawing groups, interviews, panels, webinars, seriously, all of it can be enjoyed on demand and found in the library in the Reinventing the Tattoo community, as well as on the YouTube channel and the podcast channel. There are countless tattoo and art rabbit holes for you to dive into. It's perfect for the front room of your studio, or if you're like me, you can always put on different episodes for your clients as they're getting tattooed. In fact, we're beaming out 4 channels 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can find that at reinventing247.com. We have a bunch of weekly staple shows that we always encourage people to tune into. The first one starts at 1 p.m. on Sundays with me, Jason Leeser, and where we discuss tattoos and art and self-improvement and convention strategies and all types of other really great stuff dealing with the tattoo industry. This is directly followed at 9 p.m. by the Tattoo Weekly Show, although they might be changing that day and time soon, but that has yet to be determined. And that is with Gabe Ripley, Lauren Gregory, and Jake Meeks from the Fireside Tattoo Network. Mondays at 9 a.m., we have the Early Bird Drawing Group with Kier, where we discuss all different types of fundamental art tips and tricks and, really start to go through and dive more into different art and tattoo related topics. Mondays at 9 p.m., we have a subscriber exclusive drawing group with Guy Aitchison himself, and that takes place on Mondays at 9 p.m. Tuesdays at 10 a.m., we have another live drawing group with Ricardo Sertivant, very good friend of mine, extremely talented artist, and one hell of a tattooer. Definitely want to tune in to that if you're really trying to take your art game up another notch. He's discussed topics such as working broad to specific, focusing on fundamental shapes and triangles. Different things like that can really make a difference in what you do day to day. Wednesdays at 12 noon, we have the Tattoo Now Show with Gabe Ripley. Thursdays at 10 a.m., we have another subscriber exclusive drawing group with Kier. And this one is also to focus on fundamentals, fundamental shapes, different fundamental techniques, fundamental art practices and color theory. Everything that we should be implementing during every tattoo that we do. Once again, that's Thursdays at 10 a.m. Thursdays at 12 noon, we have the Tattoo Collecting Podcast with Fawn Baker and Jordan Ruckus. And we've got a number of different real-world events coming up as well. For example, February 5th through 6th, Reinventing the Tattoo will be live from the Red Tree Gallery in True Tube's headquarters in Columbus, Ohio, where we will be hosting some live art jams, some seminars, some interviews, and there's going to be a lot more information about that on the way, so please stay tuned. April 11th through 14th, we have the New Hampshire Inspiring Tours with Sean Barber and Nick Baxter, where they will be taking a very small select group of people out to go and work on oil paintings and discuss oil painting techniques. Spaces are very limited. If you're still interested, please send an email to management@reinventingthetattoo.com. May 20th through 22nd, we have the Hell City Columbus Tattoo Convention, and that is May 20th through 22nd. Those of you might know of Hell City. It is one of the premier conventions in the country. Definitely one to take a look at. June 3rd through 5th of 2022, we have the new Deadly Tattoo Convention in Calgary, Canada, led by James Tex and organized by James Tex of Deadly Tattoos, with an unbelievable list of artists that will be attending that show. That's one that, even if I'm not going to be working at it, it's one I'm definitely going to make the trip out to go to. July 8th through 10th, we have the Rock River Tattoo Art Expo, and that's going to be with a whole bunch of Reinventing the Tattoo track artists. It's going to be at an amazing venue this year. Definitely want to take a look at that one. And it's super easy to get to from just about anywhere in the world. July 29th through 31st, 2022, we have the Rubber City Tattoo Invitational in Akron, Ohio with Tony Urbanik. Definitely another convention that you're going to want to look into. And at this point in time, I'd actually like to go through, I'm going to switch this up a little bit, and I want to say a special thank you to some of our sponsors and affiliates, some of the people that really help make this happen. First is Inkjet Stencils. Print stencils straight from your mobile phone or your computer or your tablet. Save your time, save your hands, save your apprentices' hands, although they're apprentices, so I mean, that's kind of what they're there for. They've got tons of webinars, and they will send you free samples. If you're really trying to step your tattoo game up, start with your stencil game. Step that up first. Inkjet stencils will literally allow you to print off a photograph and stencil that onto someone's skin. You can't beat better. You can't beat it. Even if you work off of line drawings like I do, they are absolutely incredible. Highly recommended you take a look. Next, we've got Interstate Ink LA. Many of you may know Church from his awesome custom sneakers on Instagram. His studio is seeking resident and guest artists, all clean and sober. If you are an artist in recovery looking for a supporting studio, or you know someone that needs one, please reach out to Interstate Ink LA on Instagram. Next, we have Raw Pigments, rawpigments.co, an ink company that's tapping into the source. They are absolutely phenomenal. They are vegan friendly, 100% acrylic free, because, I mean, come on, who wants acrylic in their body? I mean, not so much. Well, not me personally, but that's why I'm starting to implement a lot more Raw Pigments into my standard color lineup. They are absolutely incredible. Some of their colors are like nothing I've ever seen. They're awesome. Give them a shot. You'll probably like them. Next, we have worldtattooevents.com, the largest, most comprehensive resource for tattoo events worldwide. They've got lots of updating as conventions are constantly getting rescheduled, and different art groups and all that stuff. That's all getting rescheduled all the time. Stay up to date with the latest news and convention information by checking out worldtattooevents.com. Next, we have D-Lies Pro, also known as Dermalize Pro in the rest of the world. Thank you, international copyright laws. Protect your art. If you're still using saran wrap to wrap up your healed tattoos, maybe it's time to upgrade. Dermalize Pro and D-Lies Pro are designed to heal tattoos. They are absolutely incredible. If you want to know more about them, take a look on YouTube. All you have to do is do a quick search for D-Lies Pro. Tons of videos will pop up. It's absolutely awesome stuff. Highly recommend you take a look at that. TattooNow.com, technology for tattooers, the leading edge in SEO and professional development for tattooers of all levels. They're now accepting new clients, so I'd get in there quick. If you're really trying to create a bigger footprint, if you're really trying to drive your business and get more people to start stopping by your studio and checking you out, this is who you need to talk to. They are absolutely incredible. They will help drive your business from being, a small little unknown studio to all of a sudden you have thousands of emails a day. That's a hypothetical, by the way, but you know what I mean. Highly recommend you take a look. They are accepting new clients and they do one hell of a job. Also, Tattoo Education and GuyAitchison.com, the founder and inspiration behind all of Reinventing the Tattoo. I cannot thank him enough personally, as well as professionally, for all that he's done for the industry. I would not be here right now, and I would not be at the level I'm at right now if it was not for you. So thank you very much for that. Go take a look at all of his stuff that he has for sale. He's got all different types of things like his Biomech Encyclopedia. He's got some DVDs. He's got custom tattoo machines. I mean, come on, who doesn't love to collect tattoo machines? He's got original oil paintings for sale and countless other things. Definitely go take a look at GuyAitchison.com and TattooEducation.com. I'd also like to go through and take a second to give a quick shout out to two of our affiliates and two very good friends of mine, Amy Nichols from the Apprenticeship Diaries and Jake Meeks from the Fireside Tattoo Network. If you are trying to break into the tattoo industry and you're trying to get your foot in the door and you're trying to do this the right way, the best way to go about it and the best way to learn how to get a really good apprenticeship is take a look at the Apprenticeship Diaries and listen to those podcasts. This is what they do. This is what they detail. This is how they go about, they talk about all different types of apprenticeships and what to look for in a good one, what to look for in a not so good one. It's that's what they're there for. And once you get in, if you're really trying to step up your tattoo game, take a look at the Fireside Tattoo Network. There is absolute gold on those videos and in that podcast. You cannot beat it. Jake Meeks goes through and reviews some of the top guys around the world, and picks their brain about how do they do what they do. So highly recommend them as well. Those of you that might have tuned in the past few weeks would know that I am working with oil painting. I'm just getting back into that. I just noticed my camera was a little bit out of focus, so hopefully this is a little bit better. Maybe not. Maybe. Oh, I'm trying here. No, it's even worse. Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop messing with it. That seems like it did the trick, though. But yeah, so I'm going to be going through and working on this oil painting. Artists, if you would like to join me, please, by all means, feel free to. Once again, the link to join the Zoom call is located in the Reinventing the Tattoo community. And I'm just going to take a look at some of the comments coming up in the Facebook. Thank you. Thanks for your program. You're very welcome. Anyone out there that has any comments or anything like that, if you're watching the YouTube channel, please, by all means, leave a comment. Let's talk about some things. Let's talk about what you're interested in. I don't just want to sit here and, just kind of, talk to myself the whole time. What do you guys want to see in these broadcasts? What is it that you would really like to know? Are there certain things tattoo related, like technique wise, that you would really like to learn? Are there certain things that maybe you're confused about? Are you more interested in fundamentals of art? Is that what you want to see? I'm trying to gear my content towards what everyone here wants to see. If you want to see more interviews, let me know. I got a list of people I would love to go out and interview. If you want to see more live tattooing, let me know. I'll be happy to schedule some studio visits and go and, set up some cameras so that people can do a lot more live tattooing. If you have questions about technique, maybe certain things that were never taught to you during your apprenticeship, let me know. You can do it weeks worth of episodes on that. It's all up to what do you want to see on these broadcasts. So keep that in mind as we're going through and doing this broadcast today. And as always, I'm always more than happy to go through and, I accept all Instagram DMs. So by all means, send me a DM. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. And, we can even go back through if you don't want to be on the Zoom call and be broadcast, that's fine. We can always go through and do like a one-on-one. It's not a big deal. But on that note, I'm going to go through and keep working on this oil painting that I started working on. Let's see. Oh, did that camera just quit out on me? No, where'd my video go? Sorry, folks, technical difficulties. All right, let's do this. Stop. Sorry, folks, for the technical difficulties. I have no idea what just happened to my camera. Ah! Sorry about this, folks. I have no idea what just happened to my video feed. should be good, good, good. That's good. That's good. That's there. It was just working. Ah, no! There we go. And we're back. Yay! Sorry about that. Okay, wow, that was a technical difficulty of a whole new type. Let's go through and turn that off and turn this back on. Fix that and this. There we go. Cool. Much better. Yay! Back in business. Okay, so once again, I deeply and sincerely apologize for that. That does not usually happen. Usually my technology is on point. Okay, so more live tattooing. Yeah, Paul, sorry about the black screen. Paul wants to see more live tattooing. All right, so I'll be more than happy to go through and schedule some more live tattooing. Maybe we'll go and do a few other studio visits with some friends of mine. I think that would be a good time. But as always, if there's anything specific you want to learn about or anything you want to see, let us know. Yep, Dazzle Link, absolutely. I'm still always trying to improve, always trying to do what I can, And Rebecca, yeah, I know that there was a black screen there just for a few minutes. Was encountering some technical difficulties, and I'm sure that you've encountered technical difficulties before. So thank you for that. Pepe, oh, thank you. Pepe sent some great tips from you all. So I appreciate that. So today we're still working on some of the little tiny detail. You can see that I've blocked in some of the texture, and I'm starting to get some of the nice deep textures down. I know it's kind of hard to really tell from as zoomed out as it is, but I'm just trying to go through and refine and do some more pushing and pulling. Maybe I'll be working on these little teeth over here a little bit more today. Let's see if I can move my canvas over slightly so that you get a better view. Okay, that'll do. As I've mentioned before, I don't usually work with oils. Oils are not usually something that I really mess with too much. I do enjoy them. I just never used to like the amount of time that it took them to dry. So, I started asking around to a whole bunch of different people about, hey, what can I do to get them to dry faster? And there's a whole bunch of stuff out there now that will help it dry pretty much in like a day, which is pretty crazy because back when I was first learning oils, they used to take like 2 weeks to dry. But we were also using a lot of linseed oil and stuff like that, and that keeps it wet way longer. But nowadays, with all the advancements and like stuff like that, it's pretty awesome. Ricardo's here. Hey, Ricardo. It goes well, my friend. It goes well. Yep, yep. Yeah, where'd Ricardo go? Oh, there you are. I see you. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just chilling, hanging out, working on this painting. And I've got some errands to run a little bit later. Then I'll probably come back and work on the painting some more. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm just building out glaze after glaze. Yeah, you can never have too many layers. Yeah, but the more layers there are on an onion, the more it makes you want to cry. Well, that's true. That's true. Nice. We were working on separation, correct? So for those of you that are just tuning in, separation involves when you have multiple areas and multiple things that are all overlapping, how can you get them to stand out as individual pieces and not blur too much together? You know, too much. Oh, right on. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not sticking around for too long today. I have a whole mess of stuff I get done and get taken care of. Right on. Yeah, lighting is always something that it's always been a struggle. Well, that and anatomy were always struggles for me. So I always love diving into stuff like this, especially stuff that I know very well, because it challenges me to, really push myself. Right on. Tone, color, temperature, texture, those are all separating elements. Yeah. Oh, I finally picked up that canvas, by the way. Do you remember me telling you a few months that I got commissioned for a massive painting. Yeah, the canvas is taller than I am. Yeah, it's a. I'll probably set it up in my art area on my bigger easel, just because it takes up a lot of room. But yeah, I've also started messing around with a couple of different alternate layouts. So I might actually end up going with one of those instead of the one that I've been sitting on for a little while. Or I might just make more than one and just let her pick whichever one she wants. Yeah, but it was kind of shocking to me when I picked it up. I was like, how am I going to get this thing in my car? Right? Oh, no, I did. I figured out a way. I had to take the headrest off the front passenger seat and then recline that all the way back. And that was just interesting time driving home. But it's all good. Life is good. Oh, my life is great. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing Christmas in Florida this year, so I'll be down in Cocoa Beach, right outside Orlando, about an hour east of Orlando, um, visiting my parents for the holidays. So should be a great time. You know, just heading down there, relaxing for a couple of days, going to the beach, chilling, having margaritas for breakfast. Can never go wrong with a margarita for breakfast. Unless you don't drink. In that case, don't have a margarita for breakfast. Yeah. Yeah, Ricardo, have you ever played around with mixing varnish in with your oil paints? I was thinking about giving that a shot, but I don't want to screw up what I've already done. Which is fine because, I mean, if you were to go through and coat something with varnish after the fact anyway, then that he would end up getting changed anyway. Oh, probably. Probably. Will do. Will do. So let's see. Dazzlelink says, I think more tattooing relevant stuff would gain more viewers, although we all love watching you paint. The main reason why most people are online are wanting more tattooing viewing material. So that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, we could cover any number of things. Even if we went out and did some like studio visits, for different people in different places. I mean, I'm down to tattoo on my days off, but I don't want to get into a habit of that just because I got into a habit of that a little while back and it ended up taking over my life. So I really try not to do that on Sundays anymore, but I don't mind, doing it every now and then. But yeah, I mean, we can definitely go over that, and maybe I'll talk to my friend Rich and see if he wants to do some more live tattooing. Because I know he tattoos every Sunday, so maybe I'll hit up my friend Ian. Although I'm pretty sure his studio is closed on Sundays and Mondays, but you never know. I mean, people are always interested in getting themselves out there. Yeah, that could always work. Right, right. I mean, I'm all about it, man. I think it would take a little bit of it would take a little bit of setup time on my end for me to get into the studio and set up where I work. Just because, like, the station I'm at in the studio doesn't really have the best Wi-Fi, so I'd have to figure out some way to do like a live broadcast either straight from my cell phone or figure out a way to go through and get everything set up closer towards the Wi-Fi router so that I could arrange that. I'm definitely down to do it. It's just thinking about the logistics behind it. I think that's where things might become an issue, because I would want to make sure that I've got a strong enough Wi-Fi signal, to be able to broadcast out accurately and consistently. Otherwise it's like I could record it all and then just show the live tattooing and then do like a voiceover on it on Sunday. But I mean, that might be, well, I mean, it would still be a live broadcast. I would just record the tattooing and then, have like open Q&A session, to kind of like voice over it and walk, much like you do with your Procreate replays. And maybe I can get a hold of a couple of my guinea pigs, see if they're willing to come in on Sundays and get tattooed. Right? It's like, trust me, I've got a whole bunch of other stuff I've got to get done today as well. But the sacrifices we make, my friend. Right? Bottom left is still a little bit merged together. Yeah. Yeah, that's still very much like kind of on the same plane. Hold on. I'm gonna pin you up. All right, so I definitely, on the left-hand side, I definitely think you need a little bit more separation with the bottom three on the left. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I think you could go a little bit lighter with the one above the left ear. I think that could very, very soft, almost non-existent. I love the shadowed one over on the right. So even if you did another shadow one directly above the gummy bear, oh, there's another one. Yeah. I think that could really help. Absolutely. Yeah, because you've got a very dark edge there, so you want to definitely pop that out with something lighter. Maybe add like another little mushroom cap, right behind that, that's pretty bright. Definitely try to take the ones closer towards the foreground, make those a bit brighter. A bit more opaque or lighter even. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Smush that guy around, make him very obscure. There you go. Now he just kind of like fades into the background, which is exactly what you want to really show that foreground background contrast. I love the way that you have all that concentrated detail on the gummy bear in the foreground. Definitely awesome. That's awesome. Now, I know you said you got to jump off pretty soon. I was actually wondering if I could get your opinion on something. Didn't know if you were going to be jumping in today. Let me grab my real quick. Throw that up here. Yes. Flip around. There's my power cable. There we go. All right. So BD3. So I've been working on a split sheet with a friend of mine named Brooke out in Australia. And so this colorful phoenix in the upper right corner that you see, that's actually her design that I'm coloring. And I sent her my design on the lower left, and she's coloring that in. You know, just like a little sheet of flash. I really like the way we divided it or diagonally, so that way, you know, it creates a more dynamic composition and gives us a little bit more freedom. Um, I think I should have gone a little bit bigger with some of the shapes in it and not quite so super tiny. But I wanted to get your opinion on the color scheme and, you know, everything like that. As far as, you know, does everything mesh well? Does it stand out? Are there any areas that, you know, maybe I should be looking at or working on a little bit more? Okay. Right, right. Okay. Do you think there's too much black shading in the layers of the feathers? Maybe I went a little too dark with that. Right on. Yeah, once so I'm gonna go through, tighten this up a little bit more, and then once she sends me back the colored version of my design, I'll probably print out a few copies of it, have them for sale at the next Philly show. Likewise, buddy. Likewise. That you will, my friend. Take care, bud. Cool. So I often find that doing split sheets with other artists from around the world really helps kind of push you and drive you to do a little bit better. This is a split sheet I did with BT Tattoos out of Australia. Um, Brooke, if you're watching this, uh, just saying hi, I guess. Let me know what you think. But yeah, it's always something that really helps push you artistically and creatively, especially when someone else provides you with just a line drawing. And now it's up to you to create a dynamic position and really show what you're capable of. Um, in the lower left, you can see the design I drew up. I'm waiting on the color rendering of that, and I've got a bit more rendering and a bit more color work to do on the one in the right. Um, just to go through and get that done so we can off a few copies. If anyone's ever interested in anything like this, or maybe you're interested in doing a split design sheet, please let me know. I'm always down to do split sheets with people. I know Flash is kind of like a thing of the past, but I'm very dedicated to the old school kind of mentality and the art of creating individual Flash design sheets. I find that it's an art in and of itself. So that's something I really enjoy doing. Um, yeah, if anyone, as always, ever has any questions, by all means, please let me know. Probably go back to painting for like another 10 minutes. And yeah, and then I'll probably do a quick little sign off. I think the important thing to remember is that the more you collaborate with other artists and the more knowledge you gain by working with other artists, the more you as an artist are going to grow. And that's, not just with collaborative, flash sheets. It's going and visiting other studios, going and visiting, guys that do different stuff. One of my best friends and one of the guys that I really look up to the most in this industry does very, very traditional tattoos, like to the point that I've sat down with him and tried to understand how he simplifies things down to that level, and it's hard for me to grasp, right? But part of that's because my mind overcomplicates things all the time. So go and visit different people that do different things. Just because they have a different style doesn't mean that they're not an extremely talented artist. It doesn't mean that they don't have a very good distinct idea of what they're doing. Maybe they're just thinking about things in a different way, and that's something you can always learn from and grow from. So I always challenge everyone: get out there, go visit other people, go see what other people are doing, grow as a human being and as an artist at the same time. You'll never know what you come away with and how that's going to help influence who you are as a human being. So, I mean, that's obviously just my 2 cents on things, but I'm a firm believer in it. I'm actually probably going to be making a couple of studio visits coming up soon to a couple of friends of mine, just to say hi, stop by, see what's up, and just kind of see how they're doing. Um, it's one of the reasons why I try not to burn bridges. There are very few bridges I have ever burned in this industry, and the reason why is because life's too short. It's too short to hold grudges. It's too short to be mean. It's too short to go through and, be a dick. It really is. Life is too short to be a dick. There are too many good people out there in the world, and there is too much shit to learn if you really want to succeed in this business, in this industry. There's too many things to learn, and the last thing I want to do is burn a bridge with someone that you never know could potentially help me out or really be a significant factor in my life later on. I've never understood people that want to burn bridges and just want to completely exile people out of their lives. If they're toxic people, I understand that much, but it's like otherwise, why? Maybe there's something there that I just don't understand. But we can always learn from other people that have different ways of viewing things. So I challenge each of you, go out there this coming week at some point in time and pop into a local studio. Just say hi, see what's up. Maybe it's one that you've never been to. Maybe it's one that, you've never even heard of. Just stop by, say hi, see what's up, introduce yourself. Let them know who you are, where you're from, and that you just wanted to stop in and say hi. Nothing malicious, nothing negative, nothing mean or derogatory. Just wanted to stop in, say hi, and check the place out. I don't know a whole lot of tattoo artists that won't respect that. I mean, I know one or two that won't, but those are the guys that are kind of stuck in the 1980s mentality of biker studios and all that other like, oh, this is my secret and my craft and blah blah blah. Yeah, well, times have changed. I don't know, that's my philosophy. Well, one of many that I have. All right, little blaze there. We'll do another little light glaze of some pure white. Some of that bedding white. It's crazy. There are certain tattooers out there that actually tattoo like they're painting with oils, and it blows my mind every time. That's why I always try to tell people, like, listen, there's a direct correlation between the art that you create, the mediums you work in, and the tattoos that you do. That's why I don't think we've done a whole lot of live tattooing on these broadcasts before, is because there is a direct correlation. If you're constantly working digitally, you're probably working on a smaller scale. You might not be working very large scale. Whereas, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's exceptions to that, and I'm not saying that that's 100% true across the board. I'm just saying that I've noticed a lot of artists out there that tend to work digitally that don't necessarily work very large. They tend to work smaller designs, and that's totally fine. That's something that I've been trying to get back to in the past couple of years, is actually just working smaller. That's why I've been working so heavily with digital medium, but lately I've been picking up the brush again, and I have to say I do thoroughly enjoy working with a more analog medium. I forgot how much fun it was. I forgot how long it takes too. But I mean, there's something to be said for the patients involved with it, right? And patience is something I believe we all need to practice as often as we can. Patience, persistence, and perseverance are the three keys to success. Oh, and preparation, four keys. I don't know. That's my spiel, some of my philosophies in life, and I'm sticking to them. I might not have learned too much in this life so far, but there are certain things I have picked up along the way that have proven themselves to be true. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm probably not even going to keep this painting, I probably would not still be working on it. I probably would have moved on by now, but the fact that someone else is probably going to end up with this painting, either as a gift or maybe someone wants to buy it off of me, who knows, but if it wasn't for the fact that someone else is probably going to have this in their possession at some point in time, I probably would not still be working on it. But because I know other people are going to have this painting, I know that I want it to be a reflection of who I am as an artist, and I want it to really reflect my abilities and my talent. So I'm really trying to put a bit more, just a bit more everything into it. But on that note, everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. Let me switch back to this guy. Thank you very much for joining me today. As always, always appreciate all of the people that tune in, all the people that make comments. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's episode. Be sure that in the future we will probably have a lot more live tattooing content going on. So please keep your eye out for that. And until next time, thank you very much for joining us here at Reinventing the Tattoo. And I hope everyone out there has a wonderful day today. Thank you very much. Cheers.